Good Sunday afternoon. Today is bacon day. So last weekend I took out a pig and I have a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of pork belly up in the house that is ready to be turned into bacon. Now I'm going to show you this weekend and next weekend's project in order to take that fresh pork belly right from the backyard and turn it into something that everybody eats every single day here in America, and it's going to be like 10 times better than anything that you can buy at Walmart, Kroger, Food Line, whatever it may be. It's just good stuff. That being said, we're going to take a step into my kitchen and we're going to start the curing process, which I have ready to go for you. Well, here we are, and I have everything ready to go. Now, this is all of the pork belly in front of me, and it's probably about 20 pounds, and I've cut all of it into 5 to 8 inch strips, and you're gonna get a nice solid slab of bacon, similar to what you're gonna, it's gonna be about a pound and a half of bacon per slab. Now, next to me is the cure. Now, the cure consists of 3 things, really, and it is salt, it is brown sugar, and it is pink curing salt. Now, that's it right there. Prague #1 powder. What I use is kosher salt. Don't use the fine ground, iodized, just regular old salt that you get from Walmart. Not the same thing. Use kosher salt, Prague #1. You can get this off of Amazon. It's like $13 for an entire tub, and you can cure hams, bacons, whatever it may be, all sorts of stuff in your kitchen. So anyway, the basis of it is a 50-50 blend of brown sugar to salt. Now, there are 10,000 recipes out there for bacon cures, ham cures. Well, nobody works in proportions, and it really kind of irritates me because it makes things hard for you to take the amount of meat and the amount of salt, sugar, and do all the math. So I'm going to do the math for you. 50-50 blend right here, brown sugar and salt. Now, whatever the amount of salt that you put in, per cup, you want to put 4 teaspoons of Prague #1 powder into that mix. Now, I have right here 4 cups of salt. That is 16 teaspoons of the pink curing salt. So I've already done the math for you. That's 1/3 cup of salt, and that's what we're gonna add to this. So right here, salt, brown sugar, pink curing salt, and I'm gonna dump it into here. Well, I'm gonna mix it first. It'll probably be easier to mix it in this round bowl. But I'm gonna mix it up right here and then dump it into this tub, and we'll go from there. So everything right here is mixed together really well, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna dump it right in the middle of this tub. Now, there is a couple things that you can add to this. There is maple syrup that you can rub on your pork belly before. There is black pepper, garlic, paprika, crushed red pepper. You can add all sorts of stuff to this and make a combo of whatever flavor that you're looking for. But I'm just doing a plain Jane recipe, and I can season it after it or while it's cooking. And this is just the basis of bacon, and I want to show you that so that you can take it to your kitchen and do the same thing. So what I have set up here is basically an assembly line. Now I have all of this cure that is ready to go. All of this bacon, I've took the majority out of the package to the point where my bowl was overflowing. So I'm gonna go pork belly into cure, rub it around, and I'm going to put 3 slabs of pork belly in each bag and keep on moving in that direction. So right now I got one bag over there on the vacuum sealer, and that's the next step for the next week, really. So here you have it, pork belly in a bag, and try to do your best to make sure it lays flat, because as it cures, it's gonna stiffen up a little bit, and you don't want it to be a twisted up noodle of a slab of bacon in this bag. You want it to be flat, straight, clean, nice and neat. So stack it neatly, vacuum seal it, goes in the fridge for 1 week. So you'll notice almost instantly moisture starts to come out of this meat, and you can see all that moisture running up through the vacuum sealer, and that is a good thing. That means the salt is penetrating the meat, but it's gonna turn into almost a liquid after about 6 hours. So make sure that you're going to your fridge every 12 to 24 hours, and you're just going ahead and flipping that vacuum sealer bag of bacon so that the cure is evenly distributed. But that is pretty much it. Now, in the bottom of my fridge, I have a ham that is a wet brine cure, smoked ham, similar to what you eat on Thanksgiving and Christmas. Next up is the salt cured country ham that is in my fridge for 60 more days. And then up here is going to be all of the bacon. Now, that's it until next weekend. But right now, I'm gonna go sit in a tree stand, and we'll see what happens this afternoon. So it is the next Sunday, and this is the next step in the bacon making process. So I got a lot to do. I gotta pack out this blind behind me. I gotta fill a feeder. I gotta get back to the house. I gotta do this next step and make it to church all within an hour. So I'm just gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take that bacon, I'm gonna give it a light rinse in the sink, and I'm gonna put it in a tote with some ice water and let it soak while I'm at church. So it'll get about a 3-hour soak, and then I'll pick up when I get back to the house. All right, so all of this bacon has been soaked in the ice water bath for about 2 hours, and the reason you do that is just to get rid of a little bit of the extra salt. Now, it's obviously not gonna take all of the salt away. It's sat in salt and brown sugar for 7 days, so it's gonna be plenty salty, but you don't want it to be overwhelming. So the next thing I gotta do is dry this off, and dry it off really well in order for that smoke to take to it. So below it, I got dish rags, paper towels. I'm gonna top it off with paper towels, blot it all dry, and then we'll go to the smoker. All right, guys, we are down here at the smoker, and I'm ready to get it fired up. So let me show you how I have this set up. So this right here is a smoker that I built a couple years ago. Well, it's a small smokehouse. Kind of looks like a porta-john, but it works. Now, inside, I hung up all my bacon with a combination of meat hooks and aluminum wire. And at the bottom, what I have is just a cheapo portable charcoal grill and some chunked up hickory, and that's what's going to provide the smoke. Now, we're not getting this super hot. You really want to keep the smokehouse 100 degrees or less, and what you're doing is a cold smoke. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, and I'll actually go ahead and put that at the end screen on this video, but I smoked some venison shanks, and I actually have a pit that's dug in the ground right here, covered with a steel plate. It's a concrete pit, and I can burn a fire underground, and I have some tubing that goes up and supplies the smoke into the smokehouse through the stack in the floor that's below that grill. But anyway, I'm not using that this time because I want it to be really dry in there, and by having the fire directly in there this time, it's going to help reduce the humidity and get that smoke to stick better, and it'll just end up with a more firm, dry outside coat on that bacon, and it's just gonna be better that way. But now I just got to get this fire going, and we'll be smoking some meats. So I'm just gonna let this create a little bit of coal bed before I shut the doors, shut the lid, and we really get started on the smoking process. Now this fire is going well enough to fend for itself, so this right here is what I'm gonna do now. Close the lid, I'm gonna open the vent, and I'm gonna shut that flue. And all that's gonna do is release dry, smoky air all in through here, up to my bacon. And I will check back on this probably every hour, but that's it. We're just gonna let that keep on smoking and rolling. See ya. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go pick up my brother-in-law because he's got his deer hanging in my cooler right now, and we're gonna process it out. So it'll be a perfect chore for a long, slow smoke. Well, it's been about 2 hours, and I'm gonna give you a little update. So pop this thing open, and there it is. Smoke is still rolling, bacon's still drying out, and the temperature is right around 100 degrees in here. So we're kind of right at the threshold, but yeah, there's still some moisture loss going on, and I'm gonna let it keep on smoking until it's nice and dry. All right, well, here we are at about the 4-hour update. Like I said, I just stoked that up a little bit, and right now the bacon is starting to look like bacon. So if you look right here, it's getting a little bit of yellow smoke color, and the outside of it is tacky, but obviously still raw meat. Now, like I said, it's been holding at 100 degrees, and I need to shut this before it takes off too quick. But it's probably got about 4 more hours to go, if not 5 or 6. So that puts me at packaging it up and sealing it away at like, I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock tonight. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go sit in the woods and see if I can't kill me a deer. Now, I just got in from the woods, and I need to pull the bacon out because my feeling is that it's done. So I'm gonna pop this door open, check it out. I would say that looks like some very well smoked bacon. Now, if you look at it, it's nice and dry on the outside, and the fat almost looks like it was skimmed off a smoker's wall. Yeah, I'm just super pleased with that. Now, that right there is what, about 30, 40, I don't know, I'm gonna weigh it. 50 pounds of bacon, looks like. And I'm gonna go in the house, I'm gonna vacuum seal it, and I'm gonna go to sleep. But I'm going to stick it in the fridge because what I want is for that smoke flavor to penetrate even more. I'm not gonna freeze it right away. So I'll show you what I got and what weight I got tomorrow once I get a little rest, because I desperately need it. So I will see you tomorrow, and yeah, I'm gonna go vacuum seal some bacon. All right, guys, I just got home from work, and last night I vacuum sealed all of this stuff. Now, right before I hit record, I did put it on a scale, and I have 28 pounds of bacon from that one pig. So all of this, I'm gonna stack in the freezer. I pulled out 1 pack, which I shouldn't have vacuum sealed last night. I should have just slapped it in a freezer bag and stuck it in the fridge, but I did. So I'm gonna cut this open and go ahead and slice some bacon out for you to see. And I'm gonna put it on a plate and wait for Holly and the kids to get home, and then we'll frying it up. Y'all, look at how nice that bacon looks. Tail it cure got all the way through because it's nice and red. Perfect layering, nice amount of fat, nice amount of meat. And I mean, that right there is some homemade bacon. I can't wait to cook this. So it is now 7:39 and Holly and the kids are still not here, so I'm gonna start cooking because I can't wait anymore and I'm super hungry. Now, I'm cooking all this up right now, and what I got is some venison sausage on the Blackstone. I have bacon, and I have a couple eggs I'm gonna throw on there as well. And at this point, I don't know what video I'm gonna put on the end screen. It may be the venison sausage, it may be the pork processing, or it may be the smoker. You know what you get is what you get, and I'm gonna just throw one in there because there's a bunch of stuff that has gone into this meal that's gonna make it great. Now, all I wanna say is thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I'm gonna keep on cooking because this is gonna be a great dinner, and yeah, it's right here from the backyard, from the woods, all the good stuff. Forget about Walmart, forget about Kroger, that stuff is junk. Go get your food, go hunt it, go eat it, farm it, raise it, whatever it may be, and you are going to be super pleased with the end result. So that's what I have to say for now, and on the next video I might have something different to say. It's not going to be different, it'll be the same, but I'll see you then.